Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Call Us Chaotic. We're your co-hosts, Amelia
and Kaitlyn.
Today we're going to be talking about toxic relations between friends, family, and significant others.
I don't know how to start a conversation.
Okay, well, I think it's crazy how long it's actually kind of crazy how long we've been friends.
For real, I feel like we've been friends, but then we stopped hanging out with each other, and then we're back.
Yeah, but we've never we haven't stopped hanging out with each other because we've fought or anything.
Yeah.
It's just
Different.
Time and different.
We're just different.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
No, yeah, that's good.
I feel like we work, and that's good.
Yeah.
We're happy.
Yeah, exactly. But it's some people I have friendships with that I've also been friends with for a really long time, but I probably shouldn't still be. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Have you ever been friends with someone that just bully, they just disrespect you?
No, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of people like that just disrespect you or just leave you for people, which is annoying at the same time because you thought they're your best friends and they would want to always hang out with you, but then they just do that and it's so
when they leave you for better friends.
Yeah, they always say no, I'm just friends with them, you're not friends with them, this and that, why can't we all just talk?
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
They're social climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's so annoying because we were friends first.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we all just hang out together? If you're friends with them, why wouldn't I also be friends with them since you guys are friends?
Or even if why can't we just try and be friends or
yeah.
just try and be cordial for the time of us being together? You don't have to just cancel on me because other people ask you to hang out with them. If we already have plans, then why can't we all just go?
Yeah, exactly.
Or why can't you just cancel plans with them? Or don't even make plans with them because you already made plans with me.
Yeah.
I hate people.
You want to cancel plans with you for better plans?
No, for real.
That's so annoying.
For real. I'd be at this point, don't even be my friend. I don't want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
Wait, can we swear?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
I'll just cut it out.
No, I want to swear though.
Okay, then we can swear.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but that has happened to me a lot of times too.
Yeah. I've also been friends with people for a really, really long time, and then when COVID hit, they just stopped hanging out with me because I wasn't talking to them as often as I was in school. But thinking back, I only really ever talked to them while I was at school. I wouldn't say they're my school friends, but they were there for my time being there at school, and we've been friends since elementary school, and then all of a sudden bam, we're not even friends anymore. They make plans, and then they post, and then they don't even invite me or anything, and they're oh, I haven't seen you in so long, where have you been? At my house because you don't invite me.
I've been right here.
The whole time.
Right here.
Where have you been?
No, yeah, I feel for a lot of us during COVID, we kind of just retreated into ourselves.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. But that doesn't give them an excuse to not reach out to you. Also, that's another thing that really bothers me. When you're the only one giving any effort.
Yeah.
When you're the only one reaching out.
And they're oh, maybe next time.
Yeah, they're no, yeah, the maybe next time every single time.
Or when they're oh, I'll tell you when I'm free. Okay, you haven't been free for the past 2 years. Come on.
Yeah,
that's
so
a whole lie.
Yeah, you let me know because I've been free.
I've literally been free and you just don't want to hang out with me.
But at that point, if they asked me to hang out, I probably wouldn't hang out with them.
Yeah,
I'd be oh, maybe next time.
Right back at you. I don't think I would text them back because that's just no.
That's good for you. I have to reply.
No, I'll leave them on red. I do not care.
Do you have your red receipts on?
Yeah, for some people, and I'm yeah, no. I'll purposely turn it on red just so then they can see that I read it and like don't want to hang out with them. Like I know that's like toxic, but like at the same time, if you're gonna give me that energy, I'm gonna give it back to you.
No, exactly.
And like I'm not gonna be friends with someone who just does stuff like that.
Like I'm gonna give you the same amount of energy that you're giving me, and if you think I'm being bitchy,
that's a
you problem because I'm just returning the energy.
Yeah.
Really. Like yeah.
Or like even sometimes when I hang out with my friends, I realize that like maybe I don't actually like them, and like I'm just like, cause like I get so frustrated around some of my friends, and I'm like, is it me or is it them? But then I like after hanging out with them like multiple times and like giving them the chance to like be better, I guess.
Yeah, well,
like
no,
it just doesn't get better. I get tired.
I get mentally drained. Like I feel like around like your real friends, I feel like your social battery shouldn't be like drained. Like you can have times when you're with your friends and you just don't talk and you're like whatever, but like that should be like a comfortable silence. Like and I feel like when like your social battery is drained after hanging out with someone, like that's just not
okay.
That's not okay. Like that is not how you're supposed to feel with your friends. You're supposed to feel like happy around your friends and comfortable. Like they're your family.
Yeah. Like I know one time I was hanging out with this one person and I was like really, really bored and it felt so awkward. Like being in their household, I literally wanted to get out of it. I made plans with that person to see if like things could like if it was just that day, like the day was off or whatever. But it was just like every single time after that, I was like, I don't think I want to be friends with this person.
Like the same vibe wasn't there.
Yeah,
and you could feel it
wasn't there. But I also think that like, since we did have that gap without like hanging out with each other, she did meet like I guess like better friends or whatever. So like she had like her own thing with them, so then she kind of just like canceled on me.
But like in the end, we're better off.
Yeah.
Like you have to protect your own peace, and like you're better off.
Yeah, I realized that like not having a lot of friends is okay because being by yourself is like sad, but at the same time it's not mentally draining. You're by yourself, you get to like understand yourself and you get to like choose what you want to do with your life. But if you have friends that are like either like tell you no, don't talk to this person, don't do that, don't do this, like I don't want to go there, like at that point they're not like interested in the same thing you're interested in.
Yeah.
And like being by yourself, I realized that like it's okay to be by yourself. Be friends with yourself.
No, it is. Like your best friend, the person that's gonna be with you for the longest is yourself.
Yeah.
But like also like you do need other people because like you do need to know other people. Like friendships and even in relationships too.
No, yeah, for sure.
Like in relationships, people will like leave their girlfriends to go hang out with like the boys.
Oh,
like so like you're leaving, like it's like the same like as in friendships, like you're leaving your friends to go hang out with like better friends. You're leaving your girlfriend all the time.
Yeah.
To go and play with the boys or like whatever.
I remember I was in like this one relationship where like it was straight like toxic, but I like loved it, and I don't know why. I was literally just like in love with the toxicity. But I would hang out with them, and then they would like hang out with me, but then also like hang out with their boys and like leave me. Like they'll literally just like leave me. Like I'll be like in the bathroom or something, and like I'll walk out of the bathroom, and then they're just gone.
Dude,
and I'm like, what? I'm like, how the heck are you guys just gonna leave me? So then like I would like spam them and like call them and like, where are you guys at? And they'd be like, oh, like we went blah blah blah. Like.
No, but how did they just leave you there?
That's what I'm saying.
Like no goodbye, no nothing.
No.
Just like.
No, they like left and then like went somewhere else, like to like a different like place. It wasn't too far. Like we're at the beach, and like they just left. And I was like, well, where are you guys at? And they're like, oh, we're at this place. And I'm like, why'd you guys just leave me? And they're like,
yeah, but.
Oh, well, like blah blah blah. Wanted to go. Like, why couldn't you guys just wait 3 minutes? Like I literally went to go pee and I left. Like.
Well, like also like why can't I hang out with the boys too?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I be with you guys?
It was just like.
Like, I'm your girlfriend, or your person you're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I hang out with you and your friends?
I guess men don't want that. Cause men ain't shit.
No, but like then you notice all these like girlfriends bring their boyfriends around all their friends.
Yeah.
Like, so why is it different?
Do you ever feel like like when you do bring like a boy around your friends, like it's like awkward.
Yeah, well, only with some of my friends.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like, well, everyone has their own energy and their own vibe. So, like, it's fine if you don't vibe with my boyfriend, but, like, I like him.
No, like, I'm talking
So-
about, like your boyfriend thinking that, like, one of your friends are, like, attractive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, you've never experienced that?
Wait, yes, I have. Yes, I have. I was Snapchatting this one guy, and I'm not gonna drop any names. I was Snapchatting this one guy, and I sent him a Snapchat of one of my friends because I was sitting next to them, and this next snap was a picture of him, and he was like. And he was like, "Who's your friend?" And I go, "What?" I was like, "Huh?" like that. What?
It was annoying. I was
Like,
like,
that
oh,
was
what's your
so-
friend's snap for my
Yeah.
friend? Like, shut it, your friend's not
Yeah.
there.
What is my friend's snap for my friend? That is literally one of the oldest tricks in the book.
I know. I went to like the beach with one of my friends and like my ex-boyfriend and his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like vibing with the best friend, knowing I shouldn't because like it's your best friend of your ex-boyfriend, but I didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
So we went to the beach and like I was talking and vibing with one of them. And then my ex-boyfriend was trying to vibe with my like best friend at the time. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like you literally met her for 20 seconds and all of a sudden you're in love with her. Like
He
come on.
definitely like saw you feeling his best friend.
Yeah,
And was
but, like,
I'm gonna feel your best friend then.
That's just like weird.
No, but that is
Really
weird.
Toxic.
That is toxic.
Like I understand like talking to like your ex-boyfriend's best friend is like rude and disrespectful, but like you can like just leave them in the dust. Like if you have feelings for them, you have to let them know. Like yeah, it's very hurtful, but at the same time, like if you have feelings for someone, you have to tell them.
It's better than hiding it.
Yeah,
Because they deserve to know.
if you're hiding stuff from your boyfriend or your girlfriend, like that's just like not good. That's not how a relationship works. You're supposed to be able to be comfortable and like explain each other or like explain yourself to them. Like not saying that like you have to do everything with them, but like just try and be there for them.
Yeah.
Be there for like emotional support and like stability.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. Boo, man.
Bro. Have you ever got cheated on? And then they try and gaslight you?
Yes. So, I was in this relationship with this guy. I wouldn't call it a relationship, but he asked me to be his girlfriend. Well, so it's a relationship.
So like a situation.
No, yeah, it's definitely a situationship. And while we were, I guess, dating, I found out that he was like talking to some other girl or like literally dating some other girl. And then he ended up posting her on his story. And I was like, are you an idiot? Like,
Like I literally see your shit,
like
boy.
I am on your fucking story.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, like he couldn't answer me. And I was like, okay, well then we're done.
You're
Like,
done. You're over with.
We are done. Like he wasn't even like hot anyway. Like, like what? And then like a couple weeks later, he texted me and he was like, I miss you. Like I'm so
Ew.
sorry. Like I really like want to be with you. Like I can like our future together would be so like great. And like I almost believed it, but I realized he was just like gaslighting me. And like has that ever happened to you? Like something like that, like where they're like gaslighting you?
Yeah, well, I've actually been in a relationship for like, I think it was like 3 or 4 months. And like, throughout the relationship, I really thought like we were endgame. I thought I was gonna marry him. We like even made decisions on like certain topics that like I really thought that like he cared for. And then like, I broke up with him because like I saw like he had a bunch of like toxic issues, like not within like the relationship, but then like within like his family, or like sometimes he would like portray that on me, which is like not good, because why are you giving your emotions on like what happened in your family to me? Because that shouldn't affect our relationship, but it
Yeah.
did. And like he gave me like a lot of toxicity, and I hated it. So I ended the relationship, and then I found out like a week later he was dating a new girl that he told me not to worry about throughout the relationship.
It's always
And I was
the ones
like-
I tell you not to worry about.
I know, and I was like, you literally told me not to worry about her, but like here you are posting about her, saying like, oh, like I love you, baby, blah blah blah. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Like you're literally an asshole. And then like I think like 2 months later he texted me and he was like, oh, like I broke up with her because I realized she's not you. Like I only want to be with you. Like me and you are like we're gonna be together forever. And I was like, whoa, relax there, buddy. You were literally in a relationship with her. She met your family. Don't even talk about like, oh, I only wanted it to be with you. Like,
Yeah.
I only want to be with you. I broke up with her for you. Like that's straight gaslighting. Because I know damn well she probably broke up with you because you're fucking toxic. Like, let's be real. You didn't break up with her because you wanted to be with me. You realized that how single you were and how you had nobody.
Yeah.
You literally had nobody, so then you went back to like the first girl that broke it off with you. So yeah.
See, like it's always when they realize that like they don't have anyone standing in their corner.
Yeah.
And then if the family is toxic too, like
It's just
then there's even less people standing in their corner. And he realized he effed it up. And like, yeah, like.
But like having to go through like all of that within like the past year was like really hard. Because like I really wanted to get back with him. Like I really thought that like he was like really sorry for what he did.
Yeah.
But that's because that's what they do. Like men are toxic in the ways that they think that women will always go back to them.
Yes.
Because of what they say. Like the words that they choose is for them to be toxic and for them to like.
It's for them to get you back.
Yeah.
They are only
literally that.
saying what they are saying.
They don't actually feel how they feel.
Yeah, exactly. They're saying what they're saying so that you'll like be like, oh, I do want to get back with them, and then they're just gonna do the same thing over and over
Yeah,
again.
they're gonna leave you or you're gonna leave them.
But I
and
do
then
also understand how like some girls like they just like don't understand. Like
Well, yeah.
some girls, dudes end up taking them back, and then they do it again,
Yeah.
and then
Again.
it's a cycle
It's a cycle.
over and over and over again.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie, it happened to me. But like at the same
No,
time.
but like
Yeah. Like it's
that's-
just hard. It's really hard to get
It
out of that
is.
like toxic phase because like you're like, oh, I love him. Like I know he wouldn't do anything to hurt me. But then once those like toxic little things come back, it bites you in the ass because it literally makes you so emotional. Like it's literally emotional draining being in a toxic relationship. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it's
Yeah.
hard getting out of it, going through it.
like
Nobody
probably
understanding.
emotionally, mentally, even physically, like
Yeah.
you're like physically tired.
And like just like having no one there for you besides like him, it's like really hard because like you try and talk it to your friends, but all they really say is like, oh, like just leave him, but it's a lot harder than that. It's a lot harder than just leave the person you love.
You know, yeah, and like when they're like, just leave him, like they don't understand. Like
Yeah,
it's
they're not in
hard.
it. They weren't in that relationship.
Yeah, and they only hear what you tell
Mhm.
about the guy. Like they don't hear all of it.
Mhm.
Like they only hear what you choose to tell. So like they don't know how deep into it you were. They don't know like your interactions. So like
Yeah, but I think at some point girls do realize that like, oh, like this isn't what I want. I want to be happy. I'm not happy right now, so I want to be
yeah.
happy. So then they like do leave that toxic stage, and then like it is hard at first, but then they realize like, oh my god, I'm so much happier now. I didn't even need him. I don't need no man because they find their self-worth. They find themselves within
Yeah.
themselves, and then they're like happy, and then all this and that.
Yeah, it's been really fun. From personal experience, it's been really fun watching my friends go from like wicked toxic relationships and then finding their self-worth and then finding a guy that like isn't toxic and
Yeah.
makes them happy, and as their friend it makes me happy
No, yeah,
to see
for
them
sure.
happy. So like it is really like rewarding for everyone when
But I think that like most people don't want that though. They don't
No,
want to jump
yeah.
into a relationship. They don't want nothing because like
Because that relationship before has scarred them
yeah
so much that
Yeah.
they just like
They
can't
don't
even
believe
think
men.
about another man. They
Mhm.
can't get past that first one, which is unfair to women, like anyone.
I don't know how to
But like in the like we were saying how it's like a cycle.
yeah.
It's also a cycle in like families.
I need a burp. It won't come out. No, for sure. I feel like men or women who like are toxic in relationships tend to come from a household that like is in a toxic, like
Yeah.
their whole household is just toxic.
Yes.
Like either be like uncles and aunts always fighting, or like parents fighting, grandparents,
Yeah.
everybody.
Like being in a household or like in a family that is like toxic, it's definitely hard to like break those habits and not like continue the toxicity throughout generations and like throughout relationships. But like growing up, I never caught a break from like arguments, and like my parents were always arguing. Like for me it was my parents, so I was like living with them, I was like always there. So and like now seeing like my brother take on some of the same traits as my dad, like
It must be heartbreaking.
it's honestly, yeah, like it is like having that, I don't know, like that thing that like the toxic cycle is still gonna continue if like he doesn't stop it, like
No, yeah.
because
It's like hard.
yeah,
Because you grew up with it. You grew up with it for so long, and then like all of a sudden.
like that's what he watched growing up.
Mhm.
So that's like really the only way he knows how to be. Like, you know, like he does know how to be other ways, but like for him it's like the easiest.
It's just like
because-
when certain topics or like certain things get brought up.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah. Like my brother and I used to be like pulled into their arguments and fights, and like it would happen like at least once a week. And now my brother, like he's just portraying some of the same traits that my dad did, and he also has really bad anxiety now that like he can barely leave the house. Like and that's like the effect of a toxic like family, like specifically parents, like
they give children so much anxiety because
Yeah.
they feel so trapped. They feel trapped in like the environment that they're in.
yeah. So yeah, my brother felt trapped, and now he's like trapping himself.
No, yeah. It's really hard, especially since it's your brother and he's like younger than you. It's a lot harder to like watch him grow up like that.
Yeah. Have you had any like family toxic?
I would say that growing up, me and my sister like tried and like stay out of it because we really didn't like the drama when we were younger. Like we did not want anything to be brought up because of us. We didn't want to like cause issues within the family. But then like at some points in like the arguments we would be brought up, and we would always be dragged into like the like topics, and it's like really hard because we were young. We literally didn't know anything. And they were like yelling at us or like doing this and that because we didn't do that, or like my dad was mad and my mom would get mad at him for like doing something to us. Like it was just really hard because it wasn't like always constantly, but it was just like growing up with like a lot of drama within like family or like family friends. It's a lot harder, I would definitely say, because there would be like days or like weeks within like we would talk about the same topic over and over again.
Yeah.
Like I feel like after talking about it once, it should just be moved, like not like moved on, but like it should just slowly fade away and not always be brought up within like a conversation you're having. Like a normal conversation, it can be like the normalest conversation and then turn into something big because like someone disagrees with one person or like this and that.
No, I feel like the same. Like, I feel like whenever my parents were arguing, it was like always about the same thing.
Mhm.
Like, not like the same thing, but like it had to do with the way the house looked or money or honestly the way that they parented. Like they had such different like parenting styles, because like my mom definitely took on more like of a gentle parenting approach, where she was like it's okay, like you're gonna be okay, like it's like the way she let us like pick out our own outfits when we were growing up and like all that kind of stuff. But my dad, he was more, I guess you could say, strict. Like he kind of just like, it was his way or the highway. So man. Yeah, it was his way or the highway. So like I remember this one time when I was supposed to take out the dishes, but I remember this specifically because at the time I was playing 3 sports. And it was like constant, and it was softball, soccer, and gymnastics. That took up all of my after school time that wasn't for homework. So I would be doing, I would have those 3 sports, and then I would also have homework. And then he asked me to empty the dishwasher. And one time I got so tired that I just like completely forgot, and like it wasn't even on my mind because there were so many other things going on. But he kind of just like, he flipped out and he was like, well, you can't hang out with any friends, like you can't do all this stuff, like, and it was just like,
why?
It caused an argument between my parents, because like my mom was like, well, she's busy, like she has to do all this stuff and keep a social life and like do school and like hygiene, like, and she was like, and I was obviously tired, like 3 sports is a lot,
and
like,
you were pretty young.
Yeah,
you had school.
Yeah, it was like late elementary school, and he was just like, he got really mad, and then that caused an argument between my parents because my mom was like, well, she's just a kid, like she'll forget things, like let her be a kid also, like I'm not saying that like kids shouldn't like empty the dishwasher or like do chores or whatever,
but if they have a lot going on, they should understand.
Yeah, like if I forgot that one time, like just let me do it the next morning or something.
Yeah,
like because I was like, I fell asleep and then I woke up and my dad was like, you didn't do the dishes, like what is wrong with you, like whatever. So like it was just like, it was hard being like pulled into their argument, and I felt like a lot of the time it was like the same argument, and it always felt like it like revolved around like something I did, and I know it's not my fault now, but like at the time it felt like my fault. And I felt like I was like the cause of my brother's anxiety.
Well, I wouldn't say exactly you, but I think it stems from like all of that, like all of it happening, and like thinking at that time, oh, I'm the problem, I'm the issue, like they're arguing because of me. If I just had done it, like I would have been, like nothing would have happened.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like parents or like family that fight do it because they want to. They're that toxic person. It's not you. Yeah, you forgot to do something, but at the same time, they shouldn't be arguing or like yelling at you over it, because like you could just do it at that time or like the next day, like you said. Like it's not that hard. Like it's over something so little. It's just like it's their issue at that point. Like it's so tiny that like it affects him that way, or like affected anyone that way. It's just like really sad.
Yeah, like now after years of therapy, I now know that they were gonna fight either way.
No, yeah, for sure.
And they were gonna fight either way, and they were going to, they were gonna fight either way, and it wasn't my fault. Like even though it felt like it at the time, I know now like it wasn't. And like I feel like I don't know. Yeah.
Should we end it?
I guess.
Do you have any more to talk about?
I don't think so. Okay, that was short.
I feel like that was short. How long does it say?
It doesn't say on here.
Look on the phone. I feel like that was real short. We went over the topic.
33 minutes. That's like a normal podcast time.
No. Because there's two of us and the minimum was like 20 to 25.
And next week.
Should we just go over more topics? Because we could just insert it.
Well, we could just have this be one episode and then come back and talk about more of it
Yeah.
for the next one. Like, we can come up with like more things to talk about
Yeah.
for Monday. Or not even just come up with, like, just keep having a conversation about it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think we're gonna wrap this episode up. I don't know what to say.
Wait, how did we end it again? How did you end it?
It says thank you.
No,
Oh.
like your topic.
I was talking about how like being pulled into the fights.
Yeah, but I need to know the word you said last.
I don't know. I feel like I was like, yeah.
Yeah, anyways, thank you for watching our episode. Wait. Should I say that or no? You say it. Because you ended it, so I feel like I should say it now.
Why don't you say this part where like I feel like it like toxic relationships can happen anywhere, like in friendships, relationship, yeah.
Okay. Oh, fuck, you talked about being, no, we already talked about being trapped way earlier, so I have to think of something else to say.
Stuck. My throat.
Oh yeah, no, I just need to know what you said.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll just say that. Oh yeah, for sure, but like it could happen anywhere. I feel like being trapped or like being stuck or thinking that you're the issue could happen anywhere. Like it could happen in like toxic friendships, relationships, or even family households at that point. But like I feel like you feel trapped because it's like an arguing going on and like constantly happening, or like fights or like feeling left out or like disregarded or like dismissed. Like
Yeah.
it can literally happen anywhere.
It could happen.
But it's all stems from like toxicity.
Yes. It could happen in literally
Anywhere.
like in any aspect of your life.
I feel like all people have their own toxic traits, but it's like when it's brought up, it just like takes a huge.
Everyone has a little bit of toxicity in them at least.
No,
like,
for sure. But
but it depends on how the other person that you're with brings it out, I feel like.
yeah, because I feel like if you're with someone that way, or like if you're in a household that way, you just obviously have that same. You have the same. It just like whenever it gets brought out, it kind of just takes a huge toll on you,
Yeah.
and you use it towards anyone. It could be like.
Oh no,
like,
when I am a bitch, I am a mega bitch. Like, like I just like,
Yeah. When somebody gets me in my mood, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like,
no,
fuck you,
I'll be
fuck
that way
you.
for everyone.
And I'll be toxic
Yeah.
towards anyone. I do not care who you are. I don't even have to know you, and I'll still literally.
Yeah,
get shit
especially
on
when
it.
like a specific person.
Yeah.
Is,
But that's just like when I try and like keep myself calm. I try and like hold everything in because I don't want to be toxic towards people. I want people to be happy.
I want to love people.
Yeah, like I just want everyone to be happy. I want people to feel loved. I want nobody to have to go through like a cheating phase or like a household like with toxicity or friendships that like make you cry or like sad and depressed.
Yeah.
Like I don't want that for anyone. I want everyone to be happy and like I want everyone to love each other. But that never happens because always people in the world that don't let that happen. And it's sad.
It is sad. Well, thank you guys for watching the first episode of Call Us Chaotic. We hope you had a good time.
We'll see you next time for some more tea.
Adios, ciao. If you or someone you know is in toxic relations with someone, make sure they are in a safe space and that they are doing okay. Also, make it known to them that it is not healthy and can cause severe emotional, physical, or mental damage.